What is good, everybody? It's your boy Max, the part-time pit master, and you're watching Part Timers Barbecue. And on this episode, we're dealing with spare ribs. We're going to be hanging them on the pit barrel. It's going to be dope. We went pretty simple and easy, but you know what? Instead of getting into all that, let me shoot back to this morning where we got everything all prepped up, and then I'll bring you back and we'll throw these ribs on. Prep time. Y'all see me prep up side spare ribs before. I have a couple videos where I break down full spares into St. Louis cut that these are already in. And I have another one where I trim them Texas style. So I don't need to go into all the crazy details. We're gonna cut the pointy thin strip over there. We're gonna find that little bone, cut that off. We're gonna shape it up, take the skirt off. We're gonna hit the membrane, rip that off, but it definitely didn't come off easy for me. So we're just gonna cut that part out of the video. And then, yeah, we're going to take some of these loose fat pockets right there, shape it up, nothing too much. These already came trimmed, so there really isn't a whole lot to do. Now we're going to season it up after we put our hooks through. Easy peasy, we're going with salt, pepper, and garlic, all individually. Very simple. Slow it down for you. So we're going first with coarse black pepper. You want a nice, decent coarse size. You want the granules there, but not too big. Now we're going to hit it with some kosher salt. Nice layer of that. And then after we get that all over there, last but not least, we're going to hit it with the garlic powder. You'll see that. Go with granulated. You don't want powdery spices in your rubs. You want a little bit of granulation to it. So that's what we got here. So once I season these up, I'm going to let them sit and I'm going to get the pit fired up. So here we go. Our ribs have been resting while our pit's coming up to temp. Drop a couple of cherry chunks. The only problem is I completely missed the fire basket. There we go. So here you are. I like to put hooks on both sides because I like to rotate it around. Put that there. We also got the rib tips. And the little tasty treat. So now nothing left to do but close up the lid. We'll be back in an hour to check on that. And let's make ourselves a mop sauce. So I got some onions, garlic, and butter cooking down. Squirt of mustard, some apple cider vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, lemon juice, barbecue rub. I'm using my chicken rib rub. You can use any barbecue rub you want. And I'm also going to go with some apple juice to thin it out. If you got beer lying around, you like beer, beer works perfectly fine too. All right, let's take a look at these ribs. This is our first check. Got our mob sauce, onions all cooked down. I wish you could smell that. Put that out to the side. Hoo-wee. We are looking nice in here. Move these coals over. Okie dokie. Let's flip these down this way first. Get some mop on the backside. Drop some of that on the coals. Flip it over. And we are going to flip it over there. Let's get a little mop on this too. This little guy over here. All right, let's close that lid up. Okay, so you just saw that's our second mop. We're what, 2 hours in? Ribs are looking great, color's looking awesome. You're probably seeing all this smoke and you're hearing, hey Max, what about that dirty smoke I always hear about? Well, you know what? That doesn't actually relate too much to your Weber kettles, your Smoky Mountains, your drum smokers like this, because one, you're only burning little chunks of wood. Your whole heat source isn't coming from burning logs, it's coming from lump charcoal or charcoal, which is burning very efficiently. So at the end of the day, this here also, you got the drips from the mop, drips from the meat hitting down, hitting those hot coals and steaming back up. So you know what, this isn't something you should be worried too much about. It's going to happen, especially with a pit barrel. When you have the lid open, the fire starts stoking up pretty good. If you're not taking videos, you know, you're opening your lid quickly, but when you're doing videos, you have to have the lid open a little bit longer than normal. But anyway, so it's gonna go like this for a little bit. They'll start to settle itself back down, but it's no big deal. It looks really great. Hit it with that second mop. So I'm gonna give it about another hour and then I'll go check it again. So I checked on the ribs. We got a little bit of a tear going on. I guess I caught them at the right time. But what I wanna do now, I'm gonna squirt a little bit of sauce on them, let them continue cooking with the sauce, and then get them wrapped up. So I'm gonna throw some sauce on them now. And then I'm gonna throw these in a wrap. And around the 3 hour mark, maybe 3.5 hour mark, we are going for the wrap. So I put down a little bit of our mop sauce. Now we're gonna hit a squirt of our barbecue sauce in there, nice, runny, thin, that's perfect, that's what you want. And we're gonna hit our rib on there. And just for the sake of it, I'm gonna take a quick temperature check just to see where I'm sitting at. And basically I'm sitting where I thought I was gonna be, around 180, maybe 175, so 180 was perfect. Good wrapping temperature. Well, we're gonna put this meat side down in the wrap, and then we're gonna go same thing, little mop across the backside, another squirt of some barbecue sauce, 2-layer foil wrap up, and put it back on the grill. So I want to take a look at these ribs. They've been wrapped for, I want to say, an hour, just under, just over. I don't like to usually wrap my ribs longer than an hour, so. Okay, we're looking nice and tender. Good pullback. Yeah, these are done. Okay, so I am actually gonna close these back up, bring them inside and let them just rest and then I'll bring you back when we cut them and try them. And these ribs have been resting for, I'm gonna say, about an hour. Nice, tender without being too tender. That's what you want, what you're looking for. At least for me, I have no hate against super fall off the bone ribs. This is where I like to take them, basically towing that line, but the meat still holds to the bone. We got a nice smoke ring on there. Good, decent moisture. I wouldn't say they're the juiciest ribs around, but they're not dry. We're gonna cut a couple more bones before we dig in. That was definitely a more meaty rib. And look at this. There's no finished sauce, nothing here. It had that sauce in the wrap, and that's about it. Like, these things are nice, sticky, bang on ribs. This is exactly how I like my ribs to be. So nothing left to do but lift one up and take a bite, see how we did, see how they taste. Going in. And perfect. Pulls away from the bone. Great bite through. No tug at all. This awesome flavor. I was completely satisfied with how these ribs came out. Super easy. If you have yourself a pit barrel, you should give them a try. That thing's a wing machine. Thank you for watching this video. And as always, I appreciate y'all. And until the next one.